Hello there, and welcome to Dreamy Science. I'm so glad you're here. Maybe your thoughts are still moving like distant stars, quietly, slowly, without needing to arrive anywhere. Tonight, we won't be charting destinations or solving cosmic riddles. We'll be drifting ever so gently into a tale that spans billions of years and light years alike. The story of a quiet collision written in stars. Far away, but coming closer, the Andromeda galaxy turns toward us, not with violence, but with grace. It is not an impact, but an embrace across time, slow, elegant, vast. Together, we'll explore the motion of galaxies, the dance of gravity, and what happens when two starry spirals decide to merge. No rush, no drama, just the soft unfolding of cosmic inevitability. As we travel, you'll feel the space between galaxies stretch and blur, as if even the universe itself is sighing into slumber. And as you listen, there's nothing you need to do. Just rest. Just be. If these calm explorations help you unwind, if they ease you into sleep or simply offer a gentle space to wonder, consider liking and subscribing to the channel. It helps more quiet minds find their way here, one sleepy soul at a time. Now, allow your breath to slow, let go of the day, and begin to drift through light, through distance, through time itself. The Milky Way is not a dot or a cloud, but a spiral, vast and turning. You live within one of its arms, cradled by starlight. It stretches like a pinwheel in the dark, its arms full of stars, dust, and memory. Each rotation takes hundreds of millions of years, yet it moves without sound, without struggle. Imagine the quiet sweep of this spiral, not spinning like a top, but unfolding like a slow breath in the cosmos. Within it, everything drifts. Stars orbit the center, planets follow stars, and light traces the edges of clouds that were once the birthplaces of suns. Your world, your sky, is part of that turning. The sun itself moves through this galactic arm, carrying Earth along a gentle curve that arcs through time. We are not still, even in sleep. You are part of a rhythm too large to feel, but always present. A long, slow spiral written in stars. The shape of our galaxy is not a rigid thing, but a living motion. Its arms are not walls, but waves. You ride those waves now, gently, as you breathe. You are not outside this spiral. You are wrapped inside it, like a dream folded into starlight. So when your thoughts wander, let them drift along this spiral path. Let the rhythm of stars carry you deeper into stillness. Nothing in the galaxy hurries. It turns softly, without end, and you too are allowed to turn slowly, to rest, to drift, to dream in the spiral we call home, far beyond our galaxy. Andromeda spins in silence. It watches us the way stars do, from across the dark, with no hurry. Its arms, too, are long and curved, filled with stars and dust, and the gentle light of things, born long, ago. Though we see it as a pale smudge in the sky, it is vast, larger than the Milky Way, and full of mysteries we've never touched. It approaches us slowly, not as a threat, but as a future. Each second brings it infinitesimally closer, though it will take billions of years before we meet. Andromeda is not a stranger. It is a mirror across the void, echoing the same patterns of rotation, of birth and collapse, of light blooming in the dark. Imagine its stars, each with their own planets, their own moons, circling in a spiral as patient as our own. No sound travels between us, only light, quiet, ancient, steady. This galaxy, so far away, shares our sky, Jai. It shares our story. It has always been there, a distant companion orbiting in the same cosmic waltz. You don't need to reach it. You only need to know it's there, turning quietly just like you are. Let your thoughts stretch out toward that slow spiral. Let them drift across the space between galaxies, weightless and calm. You are not alone in the dark. Another spiral waits with you, moving gently through the same silent night. Galaxies drift in clusters, bound by invisible threads. The Milky Way and Andromeda are already part of a quiet gathering. This cluster, called the local group, is like a family of galaxies, orbiting a shared center, softly pulling on one another over time. There are no walls in space, no boundaries drawn in light, just motion and the gentle grip of gravity. Smaller galaxies circle us like quiet companions, their stars few, but their presence steady. Some are already merging, already dancing toward the center. Others wait on the edges, still like satellites, caught in thought. It is not chaos. It is a kind of cosmic stillness where everything is slowly finding its place. The space between these galaxies is vast, but not empty. Dark matter weaves unseen threads between them, holding the group in a loose embrace. Imagine these galaxies as lanterns hanging in a vast, dark hall, distant but aware of each other's light. You are inside this hall now, wrapped in its stillness. As you breathe, picture the Milky Way and its neighbors turning slowly around each other, like petals on a pond stirred by unseen ripples. You are part of a cluster, a quiet company of light. Soften into that knowing. Let the distance between galaxies feel like a lullaby, not a loss. The universe is not empty. It is gently connected, and you, resting in one galaxy, are already cradled by the presence of many. We live in a cosmic neighborhood called the local group. A handful of galaxies slowly orbit one another like dancers in the dark. They don't rush or collide in chaos. They drift in a slow, mutual rhythm, each galaxy turning with its own quiet tempo. The Milky Way is one of them, moving in sync with Andromeda and dozens of smaller companions. This group isn't packed tight like city streets, but spread wide like lanterns over a calm lake. Between them stretches the deep silence of intergalactic space, not empty, but filled with potential. These galaxies, like fireflies in an endless dusk, are drawn together by threads we cannot see. The invisible gravity of dark matter, the patient pull of time. You, resting within the Milky Way, are part of this gentle embrace. No borders, no shouting, just orbit upon orbit, curved by ancient forces. As you breathe, imagine yourself floating in the middle of this cluster, gently turning with your galaxy, not pulled or pushed, but held in a gravitational lullaby that spans millions of light years. The local group is not a place you can travel to. You are already inside it, asleep in the arms of galactic neighbors. So when the world feels loud or sharp, remember that you are surrounded by softness on a cosmic scale, by companions who do not speak, but drift with you through the quiet dark. And all of you, galaxies large and small, are cradled in this same celestial rhythm, slow, still, together. When we see Andromeda, we see the past. Its light took over 2 million years to arrive. Every shimmer from that spiral galaxy is a message sent in silence, long before humans had cities or telescopes. The light touches your eyes gently now, but it began its journey when early ancestors still walked the plains, when ice moved across continents, when the world was quieter, wilder. Look up, and you are looking back. That pale smudge in the skies is not the present. It is a whisper from an ancient moment, carried across space on the slowest wind. Nothing travels faster than light, and yet, even light is not instant. In space, everything we see has already happened. The stars you rest beneath, the galaxies far beyond, all of them are memories in motion, time stretched into beams. You are not separate from this. Your body receives these ancient signals. Your skin, your breath, your eyes, they are touched by moments older than language. You carry them into now, without effort, without knowing. It is a gentle kind of time travel. No machine, just stillness, just vision. As you lie back, let that idea soften you. The universe is not just above you, it's behind you. Andromeda is closer than it's ever been, but its light is still a story from far away. Let it wash over you. Let it remind you that everything in the sky is patient, that even light takes its time, that you too can afford to slow down. The two galaxies are moving toward each other, but not in a rush. Their meeting will take billions of years. Like ships adrift on a vast cosmic ocean, the Milky Way and Andromeda are sailing slowly toward one another, drawn by gravity's invisible hand. There is no crash, no explosion, only motion, steady, silent, sure. Their paths are set, not with urgency, but with certainty. They will meet not tomorrow, not in your lifetime, but in a future so distant it feels like myth. And yet, it is true. Already, they drift closer. Already the space between them narrows, but at a pace so slow it makes glaciers seem fast. This is the slowest collision in the cosmos. It is a merging more than a clash. Stars will not shatter. They will pass through one another like ghosts, like dancers moving through a wide, dark hall. The galaxies will fold into each other, become something new, perhaps a single, larger spiral, or an elliptical swirl. It is a future written in gravity, but whispered in softness, and you, right now, are part of that motion. Every night you sleep, your galaxy moves a little closer to its partner, a quiet step in a dance that began long ago and will end long after. So let that timeline cradle you. Let the slowness of it soothe your breath. There is no need to hurry. Even the stars take their time to meet, and so can you. Though galaxies collide, their stars rarely touch. They glide through like ghosts in a dream. The distance between stars is so vast that even when entire galaxies pass through one another, their stars thread the gaps, weaving past one another like dancers in a fog. No sparks fly, no crashes break the silence. It is more like wind through a forest, close, brushing, but never violent. The stars keep moving, unaffected, their orbits altered gently by the shifting pull of gravity, not by impact. Imagine billions of suns drifting silently past other billions of suns, each unaware of how close they came. It's not chaos, it's choreography, a celestial ballet with steps written by mass and momentum, not malice. Even as the galaxies fold into each other, spiral arms, twisting and reforming, the stars themselves float untouched. This is the piece of scale, the gift of so much space, that even a collision becomes a whisper. So when your own life feels crowded or hurried, remember the stars. Remember how they pass quietly through even the most dramatic encounters. You are made of those stars after all, their calm lives in you. Let that memory settle over your mind like stardust. Nothing is rushing to strike you. Nothing must crash. Even in change, there can be grace. Even in collision, there can be calm. Tonight, you drift with the stars, floating, unbothered, in a universe that moves but does not bruise. You are not in danger. You are simply passing through. It's gravity that pulls them together, not forcefully, but with patience, a long tug across space, not a shove, not a demand, just a persistent, quiet beckoning that builds over millions of years. The Milky Way and Andromeda are not rushing toward each other. They are answering gravity's ancient call, the way tides answer the moon. Nothing is urgent, nothing is late. This force, so constant, so subtle, guides planets into orbit, holds moons close, and draws galaxies into motion. It is not loud, it does not shout. Gravity whispers, and the cosmos listens. Every atom you've ever touched, every breath you've taken, was shaped by this pull. You are resting in its gentle field even now, held to the earth not by chains, but by invitation. And as galaxies drift toward their eventual union, you can feel that same softness inside yourself, the draw to stillness, the pull to center. Imagine being part of that long journey, two galaxies moving together, not with fear, but with grace. They do not resist, they do not question, they trust the slow, invisible hand guiding their way. And so can you. You don't need to rush, you don't need to push. You are already being carried, already being held. Let your body feel the quiet of that force. Let your mind settle into it. This isn't falling, it's returning. A cosmic reunion written in softness. Gravity has no teeth, only arms, and tonight they're wrapped gently around you. When they meet, the spirals will stretch, bend, and ripple like silk brushed by wind. The Milky Way and Andromeda will not shatter like glass. They will fold into one another, their graceful arms pulled long by gravity's hand. Patterns will distort, then reorganize. Shapes will shift, but the stars will remain, still glowing, still orbiting, just in new constellations. It is not a destruction, it is a transformation. Picture two ribbons drifting together in a dark pond. They swirl, they twist, they blend, and then eventually they become something new, still moving, still beautiful. This is what galaxies do when they meet. They evolve. The spirals you know now will become loops, arcs, clouds. In time, a single larger galaxy will emerge, perhaps rounder, softer, older. This new shape will carry the history of both. It will remember, and in its motion, you'll see echoes of the dance that made it. Change here is not something to fear. It is natural. It is slow. It is breathtaking. As you lie back, let yourself imagine being part of that slow rippling, your body as one star among billions, moving gently through a morphing sea. No violence, just flow. Let your breath follow that same rhythm. Inhale, stretch, exhale, return. Shapes may change, but light endures. So does stillness. You are part of something vast, and when the shape of your life shifts, it doesn't have to break. It can simply ripple, like galaxies, like silk, like night. One day, the night sky will bloom with stars from both galaxies, a new pattern, slow in its becoming. The stars of Andromeda and the Milky Way will eventually mingle, rearranging the constellations in ways we can barely imagine. Shapes we know now, Orion, Cassiopeia, the Big Dipper, may drift apart or be reformed into unfamiliar tapestries of light. But this won't happen quickly. The blending of galaxies is a lullaby in slow motion, unfolding over billions of years. Entire civilizations may rise and fall beneath skies that change so imperceptibly, no one would notice in a single lifetime. And yet, one day, the heavens will be different, a softer glow, a denser dusting of stars, a shared sky. Imagine that, a view so rich with starlight, the night feels closer, thicker, like velvet brushed with silver. Some stars will be older, whispering of the galaxy they came from. Others will be born anew in the swirling clouds stirred by the collision, fresh flames sparked by ancient motion. You won't see this with your eyes, not in this life, but the atoms in your body, the ones that once came from stars, may one day return to such a sky. And in that slow cycle of becoming and unbecoming, you are already part of the story. Rest now beneath the constellations we still know. Let them guide you, let them fade. The future sky is not something to fear. It is something to dream, a quiet bloom of light becoming. Though the collision is far off, the pull has started. The two are already curving gently toward each other, invisible to the eye, but certain as breath. Gravity has reached between them like a hand across a distance. They move not with speed, but with certainty, a kind of cosmic intention that unfolds over eons. There is no suddenness, no violence, only drift, only the inevitability of touch. Like tides drawn by the moon, the Milky Way and Andromeda respond to each other's call, even from 2 million light years away. They are not strangers. They are already entwined in the slowest of dances. Imagine them out there in the dark, curving toward one another through space that seems silent but is never still. Every moment they grow infinitesimally closer. Every breath you take, they lean just a little more, and yet nothing feels rushed. This is the tempo of galaxies, not years or decades, but spans of time wide enough to cradle suns. As you lie still, feel that same quiet pull within yourself, not toward anything urgent, but toward stillness, toward presence. You are not being pushed. You are being drawn, softly, steadily, toward peace. You are part of this same slow arc. Your body, your breath, your thoughts, they all move with the universe, not against it. So let yourself drift, not toward worry, but toward wonder. The dance has begun, and you are already inside it. No steps to learn, just motion, just ease. At the center of each galaxy is a dark heart, a supermassive black hole. They too will one day circle, not like dancers exactly, but like twin anchors caught in each other's gravity, spiraling inward in silence. These black holes are not monsters. They do not chase. They wait. They hold. Each one millions of times more massive than our sun, yet hidden in shadow. They shape everything around them. Stars orbit them. Light bends for them. Time itself stretches in their presence. And when the Milky Way and Andromeda finally meet, their two central black holes will begin the long, slow courtship of gravity, circling closer and closer until at last they merge. That union will not be loud, it will not be seen, but it will send a ripple through the fabric of space-time, a gravity wave, soft and deep, like the lowest note of a song the universe hums to itself. You will not hear it, but the cosmos will. And somewhere, far in the future, detectors may feel that ripple, a memory of motion etched into the dark. As you rest now, know that the center of everything is not chaos. It is stillness. It is pull. Even the most powerful forces in the galaxy do not rush. They wait in perfect balance until it is time. So let your own heart quiet. Let it spiral inward toward calm, like galaxies, like gravity, like sleep. Collisions don't just disturb, they inspire. Clouds of gas will bloom into new stars. When galaxies pass through one another, their great swirling arms stir vast reservoirs of cold hydrogen, waking them from quiet slumber. The turbulence isn't violent, it's generative. Like stirring cream into still coffee, the spiral of motion awakens new patterns, new lights. The pressure builds in these dense clouds, and in time, gravity takes hold. A star is born, then another, then thousands. It's not chaos, but choreography, a galactic nursery set into motion by the embrace of two ancient structures meeting for the first time. You won't hear it, you won't feel it, but somewhere in the quiet darkness, fusion begins. New suns ignite, burning for billions of years to come. And from these newborn stars may one day form planets. And from those planets, perhaps life, all of it, seated by the gentle ripple of a galactic kiss. As you lie still, imagine your body as one of those clouds, heavy, waiting, full of hidden potential. Feel the subtle stirrings inside you, not urgency, but quiet becoming. You do not need to explode to shine. You need only let gravity do its work. Let pressure become light. Let stillness become radiance. You are not too late. The stars you carry are still forming. So rest now in this gentle aftermath. The night is long, the stars are coming, and inside you something beautiful is beginning. The spiral arms will lengthen, pulled by the meeting, like paint brushed outward in slow motion. As Andromeda nears, the gravitational tides begin to tug on the farthest reaches of the Milky Way, not with violence, but with a persistent grace, as if unseen fingers are smoothing the edges outward. These arms, great curving rivers of stars, dust, and dark matter, will stretch across the black, leaving luminous trails that shimmer in the dark. Some will merge, some will swirl into new patterns. Some will break into long, ethereal filaments that drift for eons. It is not destruction, it is change. It is the artwork of gravity. Imagine lying beneath a sky where the arms of your galaxy sweep wider and wider, unfurling across space like slow breath. The patterns you once knew begin to shift, not vanish. Constellations drifting like clouds on a gentle wind. What was once a tight spiral opens, softens, becomes something else. The shape of the Milky Way will not be lost. It will be rewritten in starlight, and so will you. Whatever edges you've held, whatever shape you've been, may stretch, too, not to break, but to grow. In sleep, your mind loosens its grip. Your thoughts spiral outward, reach for more space. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to soften. So stretch gently tonight, like the arms of a galaxy touching something new. The stars are not afraid to be pulled. Neither are you. Some stars will pass close, changing orbits. Others may be flung into deep space. When galaxies meet, their stars don't collide, but their paths do change. The pull of a passing mass can send a star veering into a new curve, a new rhythm, a new home. Some will settle into graceful, new orbits around the merged center. Others will be cast outward, traveling alone into the dark, never to return. These are the rogue stars, untethered, drifting through intergalactic space. They are not lost. They are simply unanchored. Imagine a sun, bright and whole, sailing through the void between galaxies, its planets, if it has them, trailing like quiet companions. No constellation, no crowd, just movement through the deep. And yet, even in isolation, it shines, perhaps brighter than before. As you lie here, you might feel something similar, a sense of drifting, of being between places, not quite where you were, not yet where you're going. That's not failure, that's flight. Sometimes we are flung, not by choice, but by change, and still we glow. You don't need to belong to shine. You don't need orbit to matter. So whether you are circling something familiar or moving alone into unknown space, know this: you are still part of the dance, still part of the galaxy's unfolding story. Drift easy now. Let yourself be pulled. Let yourself be free. The stars do both. Even during the collision, our planet may quietly continue. The skies will change, but we may still look up. Earth, resilient and small, will not be shattered by the meeting of galaxies. The stars that fill our sky now, so familiar, so ancient, will gradually drift into new shapes. But the ground beneath your feet, the soil, the wind, the oceans will remain. The sun, too, will still rise. Our solar system, tucked in a quiet arm of the Milky Way, may pass through the great shift without harm. Galaxies collide in slow motion over spans far longer than a human life. So even as stars pass nearby, their distances remain vast. We are cradled in space, not crushed by it. As you rest tonight, imagine yourself lying on this quiet world while two grand spirals intertwine in the sky. Above you, the arcs of starlight stretch wider, stranger, more beautiful, but the ground holds, the air remains, you still breathe, still dream. This planet, blue and stubborn, has seen so much already: ice ages, fire, silence, song, and it may witness the galaxy change too. Even as stars migrate and constellations reshape, Earth drifts gently forward. There is comfort in that, in the slowness, in the endurance. You are not separate from this calm. You are made of it. So settle now. Let the quiet weight of a lasting planet carry you into sleep. The universe may change, but tonight you are safe under its unfolding sky. Centuries from now, the sky will shimmer with unfamiliar stars, a new glow, soft and strange. The constellations we once named after gods, animals, and ancient stories will fade, replaced by fresh patterns written by gravity's slow choreography. Stars from Andromeda and the Milky Way will begin to share the same canvas, their lights mingling in a gentle kaleidoscope of motion. Imagine stepping outside one night to find the sky not dark, but alive with drifting points, not flashing, not hurried, but glowing like lanterns on a quiet lake. It won't be sudden. It will be a 1,000-year twilight, a long blending of two families of stars. What once marked north or guided sailors will shift, not vanish. Even the darkness will feel different, not emptier, but richer, filled with depth and motion. You may not know their names, these new stars, but they will watch over you just the same. The universe is not erasing itself. It is becoming something else. As you lie still, imagine that sky above you now, unfamiliar but peaceful, a sky not yet written, slowly arriving. It holds no threat, only beauty. Let your breath rise and fall beneath it. Let your thoughts move like drifting starlight. Nothing is lost. The sky simply learns a new way to glow. And so do you. After the long merger, a new galaxy will form, no longer Milky Way or Andromeda, but something unified, vast, and quiet. Two grand spirals, once distinct, will settle into a new harmony. The stars will find new paths. The dust will drift into balance. The chaos of collision will soften into structure. And what was once two will become one, not abruptly, not forcefully, but like rivers merging into a single sea. The new galaxy will not carry the old names. It will simply be a fresh spiral, or perhaps an elliptical bloom, born of gravity's patient weaving. There will be no announcement, no final line between what was and what is, just a slow, elegant becoming. You may imagine it as a great sleeping creature, curved around a dark center, exhaling light, millions of stars pulsing softly within. This is what time does. It blends. It creates something whole from what was separate. So much of life is collision, ideas, people, histories, but not all contact is harm. Some is union, Some is the beginning of a larger shape. Tonight, rest in that truth. You are not fragments. You are the forming of something vaster. Like the galaxies, you will settle, you will shine, and in time, you will belong entirely to something new. A soft blending of names, just like the galaxies themselves, a future wrapped in one word. Scientists, with their quiet affection for poetry, call it Milkomeda, a name that sounds like a lullaby. Not Milky Way, not Andromeda, but something new, something whole. It's more than a label. It's a gentle nod to the union of two galaxies once separated by vast reaches of dark. Language doesn't always catch up to the universe, but here it has tried. It has whispered a name across time, as if preparing us. Milkomeda, a word that carries light and motion, gravity and grace. As the galaxies swirl into one, their identities won't be erased, but absorbed. The stars won't care what we call them, but still, we name them because it helps us feel close. It helps us wonder. In your mind, say it softly. Milkomeda. Let the syllables drift like starlight across your breath. In that name is a promise, not of destruction, but of becoming, of slow spiral merging into something, still turning, still glowing, still dreaming. Tonight, let that name be your guide. You are lying beneath a future that is already beginning, and though you won't see it with your eyes, you can feel it in your breath, in the way galaxies fold into one another like waves. Milkomeda, a name for a dream still unfolding in the sky. And in that dream, you are small, safe, and cradled by stars that do not rush. This isn't the first time galaxies have merged. The Milky Way holds stars from long ago unions. It carries the memory of past collisions in its spiral arms, in the wandering paths of stars that don't quite follow the rhythm of the rest. Some shine brighter, older, or with unusual chemistry, like guests who joined the family long ago but never lost their accent. When you look up at the stars, you're not just seeing light, you're seeing history. Every streak of it tells a story of absorption, of welcome, of change. The Milky Way is not a pure lineage. It is a collage, a mosaic of stellar migrations and cosmic gatherings. And so are you. Your atoms, too, have journeyed. You are made of ancient stars, of elements formed in other galaxies before they fell into ours. You are the result of quiet collisions. Not every merging is loud. Some happen like a whisper, over billions of years, folding one into another. As you lie here, you are part of that tradition, a product of vast meetings, a soul born of star-crossed unions. The sky has always been full of arrivals. Nothing is untouched. Nothing remains untouched. So breathe in that truth. You are not the beginning and not the end. You are one chapter in a story of cosmic convergence. And in that story, even the most distant things eventually find each other and share their light. Even after the merger, some stars will keep orbiting in old patterns, a whisper of their origin. Long after the galaxies have joined, a few stars will continue on paths shaped by where they began. Like dancers remembering an older rhythm, they'll move slightly out of sync with the rest. Their momentum, their placement, their chemistry, all traceable to a time before the Great Union. Astronomers call these stellar streams or remnants, but they're more than data. They're memory made visible. They're the quiet testimony of what came before. And isn't that true of us too? Even as we grow, we carry the curve of where we began. We orbit ideas, loves, and places that once held us. We don't always notice, but inside, the old rhythms still hum. Tonight, as you drift into sleep, Imagine those stars, stubborn, graceful, still spinning to their own ancient music. They don't resist change, they simply remember. In the newly formed galaxy, they won't be lost. They'll be like threads of silver woven into new cloth, adding texture and story. And so will you. Change does not mean forgetting. Movement doesn't erase meaning. Let yourself rest in that comfort now. You may be carried into new shapes by life, by time, by gravity itself, but parts of you will always remember the orbit you once followed, not as a weight, but as a song, a soft echo of where you began. These events unfold over billions of years, too slow to witness, but not too slow to imagine. A single galaxy collision takes longer than the rise and fall of every human civilization combined, longer than the shaping of continents, longer than memory itself. And yet, it happens, slowly, softly, one spiral reaching out to another. If you watched from a distance, nothing would change in a lifetime, or 100, but pull back far enough, and you would see it. Galaxies leaning into one another like lovers meeting after eons apart. Cosmic time does not tick like a clock. It breathes, it stretches, it waits. We live in the blink of an eye compared to the lives of galaxies, and yet we are here now, able to imagine their stories. That in itself is a miracle. So tonight, let go of human time. Let go of the rush, the seconds, the deadlines. In the rhythm of the cosmos, there is only unfolding. Let yourself drift into that wider scale, where nothing hurries and everything changes. The universe will continue spinning, arms outstretched, whether you are watching or not. But for now, you are here, a quiet witness to something impossibly vast and impossibly slow. Close your eyes and imagine it not as a moment, but as a breath, a slow inhale across the stars, and you resting in the exhale. Imagine watching the collision from a quiet moon, no sound, just drifting lights and rippling arms. You're sitting on frozen rock, your body still, your view wide and clear. Above you, the sky is a canvas, two galaxies drawing near, their tendrils beginning to blur. There is no fear here, no danger, just motion and beauty. The stars don't rush, they simply glide, pulled by forces older than memory. It's like watching petals drift toward one another on a pond that spans 1,000,000 light years, a tidal ballet without tempo. From your perch on this silent moon, every blink takes centuries. Every shimmer of starlight speaks of ages. The colors begin to mix, blues, golds, deep silvers. Dust trails thread between arms like soft ink and water. You are not far. You are floating inside the painting, still and unseen. There is something deeply peaceful about witnessing change from such a distance. You can feel your breath match the slow rhythm of the sky. Time dilates, and you drift. The galaxies grow closer. Their arms begin to entwine. But still, the moon remains quiet. Still, your heart remains calm. There is no rush, just a gentle becoming. So rest now, as if you too were on that moon. Let your thoughts rise like stardust. Let your body become still, held by gravity, bathed in ancient light. The universe is changing, and you are watching it happen, slowly, beautifully, without a sound. Galaxies do not crash with noise. They meet in perfect quiet. No explosion echoes. No shatter breaks the silence. Instead, they approach like dancers, their vastness measured in grace, not violence. Stars pass by each other without touching. Dust clouds swirl and blend. It is the illusion of chaos, but within it, a slow and steady harmony. If you could listen, you'd hear nothing. And yet, there is presence, the hush of gravity, shaping paths, the soft pull of time redrawing the sky. In a universe without air, there is no sound, only motion, only light. You may imagine crashing, but what unfolds is closer to drifting silk, whole galaxies folding into one another, arm by glowing arm, like waves meeting in the ocean's deepest part. As you rest tonight, think of that silence. Think of how even the grandest changes can happen without a single note. Let that soothe you. The world outside may be loud, but here, in your breath, in your mind, there is quiet. You are lying inside a galaxy that has already known many mergers, each one silent, each one a soft reshaping. So too are you. Change need not come with noise. Becoming can be gentle. Tonight, let yourself be like those galaxies, moving slowly, meeting what's ahead without fear, without sound, just the quiet rhythm of stars, the hush of light across space, and the deep peace of knowing that some of the most powerful things make no sound at all. Invisible halos of dark matter surround both galaxies. They guide the merging more than the stars do. Though you can't see it, you can feel its presence in the way galaxies move, in the quiet architecture behind the dance. Dark matter does not glow or shine. It does not speak or burn, but it holds everything. Like a soft hand beneath silk, it shapes the folds of space without ever revealing itself. As the Milky Way and Andromeda drift toward one another, it is this hidden mass that draws the lines of their path, not the stars, not the light, but the invisible framework beneath it all. Imagine gravity working through a veil, unseen but steady. Imagine a wind you cannot hear, carrying entire galaxies closer. This is dark matter, a presence without a face, a weight without a sound. As you rest tonight, know that not everything that guides us can be seen. There are forces in your life too that move gently beneath awareness, memories, instincts, quiet truths. You don't need to name them to feel their pull. The stars above you move in response to something silent and unseen, and perhaps so do you. So let the unseen hold you. Let the quiet shape your rest. There is structure in the silence, and there is peace in not needing to see everything in order to trust the path you're on. Though packed with light, galaxies are mostly empty. Stars pass like ships in a vast sea. From afar, a spiral galaxy looks thick with stars, a glowing swirl of brilliance and fire. But zoom in, float between them, and the distance stretches wide. Each star is a lighthouse on its own island, separated from the next by unimaginable gulfs. When galaxies merge, you might expect stars to collide, but they don't. They slide past one another in near silence, missing by light years. The space between them is vast, peaceful, untouched. Imagine sailing across an ocean so large you never see another boat, just the soft curve of starlight on the horizon. Even in a cosmic collision, the stars keep to their paths. They do not scream or crash. They do not know panic. They drift. As you lie still, think of that emptiness, not as loneliness, but as calm. The universe does not fear distance. It uses it to breathe, to balance, to allow each light to shine without crowding. You too can take up space. You too can float without rushing to close every gap. Let the quiet stretch. Let the emptiness cradle you. The stars will still shine even far apart, and so will you, resting in your own orbit, safe within the silence. A faint trail of stars and gas connects the two galaxies, a bridge forming in deep space. Like threads drawn between drifting lanterns, this bridge is delicate but real. It stretches slowly as the galaxies near, a tether pulled by gravity's silent hand. these aren't straight lines or solid roads. They're whispers of matter, thin tendrils of light and dust stretching across the void. From far away, you might not notice it, but look closely and it's there, a soft arc between worlds. It's the first sign of merging, the first touch before the full embrace. As galaxies reach for one another, they do so gently, leaving trails in their wake. This is not conquest, it's connection. Tonight, imagine such a bridge forming within yourself, between thought and breath, between memory and dream. A thread of calm that ties together the scattered stars of your day. You don't need to move fast. You don't need to arrive anywhere. Just drift slowly toward peace, leaving your own soft trail behind. The galaxies will continue to build their bridge for millions of years. You only need this moment. Let it stretch gently. Let it hold you like starlight between shores. The universe knows how to build from far away. So do you. As the galaxies pass, their gravity will bend light, like ripples warping a reflection. This bending is not harsh or sudden. It's gentle, like silk drawn through water. Light that once traveled in straight lines now curves softly around mass, reshaping the view without changing the light itself. It's called gravitational lensing, but it feels more like cosmic calligraphy. The universe writing with light, its letters shaped by weight. From Earth, we see distant galaxies behind the merger, stretched and echoed into arcs and halos, like ghostly mirrors of what they once were. It is not illusion, but revelation, a reminder that even light is not free from gravity's quiet touch. As you rest, imagine this slow bending, not breakage, not distortion, but grace. Let your thoughts, too, bend gently. Let them arc like light through space, not halted, just softly rerouted. You do not need to resist every pull. You do not need to shine in only one direction. Even your dreams can take curved paths and still arrive. Tonight, you are starlight in motion, shaped by gravity's hand, moving through a field of invisible softness. Let it guide you now, not with force, but with quiet arcs. Just as the moon pulls Earth's seas, Andromeda tugs at our stars, a tide across galaxies. This tide doesn't crash or roar. It unfolds slowly over millions of years. Imagine the stars of the Milky Way, not fixed, but gently swaying under Andromeda's distant pull. Our solar system, too, rides this tide, not pushed or yanked, but ever so slightly nudged. These are galactic tides, born not of water, but of gravity, stretching across unimaginable distances. They do not ebb and flow with the day. They whisper their rhythm over epochs. The stars respond, drifting in streams, flowing through halos of dark matter like glowing sand in a cosmic current. You are inside this tide, held within its quiet motion. As you lie still, know that you are not motionless. You are part of a slow, celestial wave, a soft pull that connects stars to stars, galaxies to galaxies. There is comfort in that. You are never truly still. You are always part of something moving, something ancient, something vast. Let yourself drift with that tide now. Let your breath follow its rhythm, your heartbeat sync with its pulse. There is no urgency in the cosmos, only flow. Though dramatic, these mergers don't destroy. They rearrange, they create. Galaxies collide, not in fire and ruin, but in long, glowing transformations. Stars seldom crash. Instead, the gravitational tides stir new gas clouds into motion, nebulae awaken, new stars are born. The shape of each galaxy changes, arms stretch, cores merge, but nothing is lost. It is a kind of cosmic resculpting, a renewal on a grand scale. Imagine two painters brushing their canvases together, blending their colors until a new masterpiece emerges. That's how galaxies collide, not with violence, but with creation. Even when black holes meet, even when dust swirls in chaos, the universe doesn't end. It begins again, reshaped. You too carry this truth. In your own collisions, the changes, the losses, the unknowns, there is space to rearrange, to become. You are not broken by change. You are opened. You are unfolding. As the galaxies weave together in the sky above, let that image hold you. Transformation as beauty, change as creation. Rest in the quiet comfort that nothing here is truly lost, only remade, only reborn. Let your dreams now begin to rearrange. Some stars are older than either galaxy's sidereal arms. They will drift through the merger unchanged, like elders watching a storm from within. These ancient lights have seen revolutions, collisions, and reshaping long before Andromeda even approached. Their orbits are vast, their paths slow and steady, less disturbed by the pull and tangle of galactic tides. Like quiet sentinels, they will continue moving through the darkness, unaffected, observing the reshuffling of younger stars with a kind of celestial patience. You might think of them as cosmic elders, their glow dimmer, but their stories deeper. In their presence, time moves differently, not slower, but broader, more forgiving. As galaxies twist and reshape, these stars remind us that not everything is undone by change. Some things endure simply by continuing on their path. As you lie here, let yourself drift like them, unchanged at the core, even as the world moves around you. There is peace in that kind of stillness. There is strength in staying the course while everything else rearranges. Let your breath find that rhythm now. Soft, slow, ancient. We orbit far from the galactic center. When the collision happens, we'll likely pass through untouched, a quiet passenger on a vast current. The drama of merging cores, of black holes circling each other in silent spirals. It all unfolds far away from our solar system's gentle outskirts. Out here, where the spiral arms thin and the starlight softens, the pull is lighter. We are tucked into a relatively calm stream of stars, like a boat drifting on the edge of a distant whirlpool. When the galaxies begin to blend, we may not even feel it. The sky will slowly shift. Constellations may stretch or blur across tens of thousands of nights, but Earth will still turn, the moon will still rise, and your breath will still follow its quiet rhythm. You are not at the center of chaos. You are part of a peaceful eddy, protected by distance, guided by ancient motion. So even as the universe reshapes itself, you are held, you are safe, you are quietly passing through. Some stars will be tossed into intergalactic space, drifting alone for eternity, not lost, just between homes. These are the wanderers, ejected by gravitational tugs too strong to resist. They won't crash or burn. They'll float, glowing, intact, and serene, into the quiet dark between galaxies. Imagine that, a single star sailing through the emptiness, untethered but still shining, no planets, no nearby neighbors, just a soft glow moving through an endless sea. And yet, there's something peaceful in that solitude. Not every path must return. Not every traveler is meant to circle back. Some are meant to drift. As you lie still now, you too are between places, not fully awake, not yet asleep, a kind of interstellar rest. You are not lost. You are simply floating, held by the silence, moving through the dark with your own quiet light. Let that image hold you now. a drifting star, alone but not afraid, glowing softly in the space between. The familiar shapes in our night sky will shift. Orion may vanish. New figures will slowly emerge. Constellations, those quiet companions of sleepless nights, are not permanent. They are stories written in starlight, and like all stories, they evolve as Andromeda approaches and begins to blend with the Milky Way. The positions of stars will gently drift over millennia. What once formed the belt of a hunter may become the shoulder of an unknown creature, its outlines written by a future sky. The night will not darken, it will simply rearrange. You may not notice the change in your lifetime, but over generations, the sky will redraw itself, a living tapestry, still turning. This shifting map above us reminds you that even what feels constant is always becoming. Even the stars rewrite themselves. So as you rest now beneath the familiar patterns of your own sky, know that you are watching a moment in motion, a temporary alignment, and that's beautiful. Let yourself become part of this quiet reweaving, your thoughts forming new constellations of their own, subtle, flickering, infinite. At the centers of both galaxies, black holes will begin a silent dance, their orbits tightening over millions of years. Though invisible, their influence will be immense. They do not collide immediately, but spiral toward one another in an elegant, slow motion ballet, a gravity-led duet in the deep, each turn drawing them closer, their invisible hands shaping the stars around them. Entire solar systems may swirl and shift as these dark centers pull the very structure of the galaxies inward, and yet, from our vantage point, there will be no noise, no flash, only motion hidden behind the curtain of light, a rhythm deeper than sight. Imagine them now, circling like ancient spirits, shaping the tempo of space. As you breathe, let their spiral mirror your breath. Draw in, release, draw in, release. You are not separate from this. That quiet rhythm lives in you too. The black holes do not rush. They do not strain. They move with the patience of deep time, and so can you. Rest in their tempo. When the black holes collide, gravitational waves will ripple through the fabric of space, not loud, but real, a cosmic breath outward. These waves won't shake planets or shatter stars. They will pass through everything, stretching and squeezing space itself as they go. Like the soft motion of a pond after a distant stone has fallen in, Earth may feel them one day, tiny tremors in the vast field of existence, so faint they can only be heard with instruments made of stillness and silence. But they will come, and when they do, it will be proof of a great event, a merging of giants, far away, long ago. Let this idea calm you, that the universe speaks not just in fire and force, but in waves of presence, ripples that do not demand attention, but gently remind us that everything is connected, that every breath you take is part of a larger motion. So lie still now. Let your body be part of the wave. Let the soft hum of this ancient merger echo through your rest. You are not apart from it. You are moving within it. From Earth or any nearby world, the starscape will change slowly, beautifully, like dawn stretched across millennia. The familiar constellations, once steady companions of the night, will begin to shift star by star, not in a sudden swirl, but in a patient, glacial unfolding. The patterns that once guided sailors and storytellers will slip into new positions, tracing unfamiliar outlines across the canvas of the sky. This isn't loss, it's transformation. New mythologies will be written above, new shapes found in the quiet glitter. Perhaps a dragon will rise where once a hunter stood. Perhaps a river of light will curve where there used to be only scattered points. From one generation to the next, these changes will go unnoticed, but over deep time, the sky will retell itself entirely. You, now resting beneath its present shape, are part of its long, slow story. Each night you spend beneath the stars is a page in that cosmic rewrite, so close your eyes. Let the constellations rearrange behind your thoughts. The sky is not fixed, it is alive. The collision is not a beginning or an end, just a chapter in a much larger unfolding. Galaxies are not born in isolation, nor do they vanish without a trace. They pass through each other, touch, merge, and transform, each step just one phrase in the great poem of time. And right now, we are somewhere in the middle. The Milky Way breathes, Andromeda glides closer, but neither knows they are part of a climax. To them, it's all just motion, gravity's gentle nudge over eons. In this moment, our solar system floats through the script, unaware of what came before or what lies far ahead. And you, lying still, are part of that midpoint too, not at the start of things, not at their conclusion, but held in the quiet middle, the space where change is happening, but not yet felt. Let that be enough. The midpoint is peaceful. It hums with potential. You don't need to understand the whole arc. Just rest inside the chapter you're in. It is exactly where you belong. Galaxies merge often. The cosmos is full of these quiet, elegant meetings. Though it may sound rare or catastrophic, this slow ballet of blending galaxies is not an exception. It is a pattern. In the vastness of space, gravity moves with certainty and patience, drawing galaxies together like dancers pulled into each other's arms. These aren't violent crashes, but soft entwinings over billions of years. Stars don't collide. They drift, shift, and find new homes in the evolving shapes of their host galaxies. Some are flung outward, some spiral inward, some continue on unchanged, and all the while, new structures form, new centers, new arms. It's like watching two great rivers merge, their currents mixing gently, steadily, inevitably. This happens across the sky, far beyond what our eyes can see. Tonight, while you rest, there may be dozens of galaxies brushing against one another, beginning new chapters. You are surrounded by these quiet unions. You live in a universe that moves not with fury, but with graceful recombination. Let that soothe you. You are not alone in your changes. Everything, everywhere, is blending, evolving, becoming. Let it happen softly. Let it happen here. The Milky Way contains stars from earlier galaxies, ghosts of other spirals now part of us. Long before this future collision with Andromeda, the Milky Way was already shaped by encounters. Smaller galaxies were drawn in, pulled apart, and absorbed. Their stars now drift among ours like echoes, carrying the memory of different skies. These ancient visitors don't announce themselves. They simply glow quietly from the edge of our spiral arms, or orbit in long loops that don't match the rest. Astronomers can trace their paths, their chemistry, their shared velocities, clues that whisper, this one came from somewhere else. So even now, our galaxy is a mosaic, a soft layering of histories. The Milky Way is not a single story, but a gathering of many. And one day, the same will be true of Andromeda's stars. They too will thread through our spiral, not as strangers, but as part of a new whole. This merging is not new, it is a continuation, a slow and quiet welcoming, a long pattern of joining. You are part of a galaxy already shaped by others, and you are resting now in a sky filled with memory. It is transformation, a reweaving, like rivers meeting and continuing as one. When two galaxies collide, the stars don't crash. They glide past each other in wide arcs. Guided by gravity's hand, clouds of gas compress, awaken, and blaze into new stars. Some arms stretch, some cores distort, some dust is flung out in long tidal tails, but nothing ends. Everything is reshaped. Even the black holes at their centers may someday spiral together and become one. It is not chaos, it is choreography. You can imagine it, gently, two spirals reaching for each other, their shapes bending like dancers in embrace, their stars whispering past with light undisturbed. In time, the sharp lines blur. A new galaxy forms, perhaps rounder, fuller, brighter in its center, a child of two giants. And still, life may go on in some quiet corner, around some modest star, never noticing the larger swirl. So do not fear the word collision. It does not mean destruction. It means becoming something that holds the memory of both, becoming something more whole. Let that be your rhythm tonight. Let yourself reweave. Gravitational lensing will shape the way we see the merging. The sky may bend like glass under rain. As two galaxies pull into each other, their combined gravity acts like a lens, distorting light that passes near. Distant stars and galaxies behind them will appear stretched, duplicated, looped into strange arcs. It is not your eyes playing tricks. It is space itself curving. Light travels the same as always, in straight lines, but space is no longer straight. It dips, curves, folds gently around mass, and so the light follows. You may see rings where there are none, spirals where once was a point. It is a reminder that perception is shaped by the path light must take, a reminder that even clarity is bent by the weight of what lies between. These lensing effects don't shatter the view, they soften it, like rain falling across a window pane, making the distant world shimmer. You may not see it tonight, but the sky above is full of hidden arcs, of images doubled and curved by massive things. You are looking through a tapestry, and as the galaxies merge, that tapestry will change, but gently, slowly, with elegance. Let the bending of light soothe you. Let the sky be glass. Let it shimmer and warp and widen. You are looking through a living lens, and the cosmos is quietly folding. Already, Andromeda's shape has grown in our sky. Not brighter, just more detailed. A slow reveal. Once it was just a soft blur beside Cassiopeia, a smudge that only telescopes could trace. But now, even with the naked eye, you can see more. Its edges stretch slightly farther. Its spiral arms hint at structure. Like a photo coming into focus, the galaxy reveals more of itself with each passing century. Not because it grows brighter, but because it comes closer, a long and quiet approach across millions of light years. Still distant, still gentle, still silent, but now no longer just a concept, now a presence. Andromeda does not fall, it glides, drawn by the same force that pulls the tides. As it moves, our view of it sharpens. The stars within it do not twinkle. They glow steadily, waiting. You may not notice the change day by day, but the sky is becoming more intimate. The familiar constellations will stretch, the background will shift, and Andromeda will continue to open itself to our view like a lantern lifting in the dark. Let your gaze soften. Let your thoughts widen. You are living inside a slow reveal. As galaxies mix, gas and dust will swirl into new shapes. Star nurseries will bloom from turbulence. Not all stars are born in stillness. Some emerge from the beautiful chaos of collision. Imagine great ribbon of hydrogen, spun like thread between the spirals, shaken by motion, compressed by gravity, twisted by tidal forces. These clouds do not shatter, they shimmer. Within them, denser knots form, the seeds of stars. Heat gathers, light ignites, and where once there was just dust and gas, now there is fire. The night sky will not darken, it will blossom. New stars will scatter their soft light into the galactic dusk. Some regions may flare with the glow of stellar birth, faint and distant but alive. Others may fold inward, tucking their brilliance into corners unseen. All of it will move, dance, shift. This is not a storm to fear, but a ballet too slow for any one lifetime. You are watching a painting that paints itself, a canvas brushed by gravity and dust. You are seeing the future in slow motion. Let it move through you like wind through tall grass. Let the dust swirl behind your eyes. Let it dance. Both galaxies are surrounded by faint halos. As they merge, those halos will grow, becoming one shared aura. These halos are not made of light you can see, but of dark matter and ancient stars, a ghostly invisible field that wraps around each spiral like a soft echo. When galaxies come together, it is not just their visible stars that mix. Their halos begin to stretch first, brushing gently before the arms ever touch. The merger begins in silence, far from the core, in the outskirts where dark matter lives. These regions are full of history. Old stars with long orbits, relics from past mergers, drift slowly there, and as the galaxies fall into one another, these halos blend. They don't clash, they envelop. A larger, rounder halo begins to form, less spiral, more sphere, a shared aura, vast and faint. It is not a cage, but a cradle, holding everything, stars, gas, memories. You will not see it with your eyes, but it will be there, a soft curve at the edge of gravity's reach. Tonight, as you lie, in your own halo of warmth and breath, know that the sky too is held. Galaxies are not alone. They are wrapped in something larger, something kind, something shared. Old dense star clusters will drift from their homes. Some may become satellites of the new galaxy. These are globular clusters, ancient, tightly bound gatherings of stars that orbit like pearls on invisible threads around the outskirts of galaxies. They formed early, and they remember much. As the Milky Way and Andromeda draw close, their orbits will change. Some clusters will be flung outward, tugged by shifting tides of gravity. Others will fall inward, pulled gently toward the newly forming core. A few may break away entirely, no longer belonging to any galaxy, floating alone through intergalactic night. And some will remain, loyal to the stars they've circled for billions of years. Imagine these clusters as wandering lights, slow-moving and steady, each one a quiet archive of the universe's youth. Their paths may look chaotic, but they move with the same calm rhythm that guides everything in space, slow arcs, wide turns, long journeys. You might think of them as lost, but they're not. They are explorers, witnesses, carriers of time. Let their motion lull you. Let their ancient silence fill the spaces between your thoughts. In a universe that always shifts, they remind us that some things endure, even as they drift. While galaxies merge, the universe continues expanding, a slow outward breath everywhere at once. Beyond the collision, past the swirl of stars and dust, space itself stretches gently, endlessly, silently. No center, no edge, just more. This expansion does not stop to watch the drama of galaxies. It continues unbothered, like wind passing through leaves. Even as two giants entwine, the cosmos slips farther apart. Galaxies that were near become distant. Light stretches into longer waves, softening into red. The fabric of everything loosens, not in haste, not in collapse, but in peace. Dark energy is what drives this breath, invisible and relentless. It isn't loud, it doesn't announce itself, but it hums through everything, every moment, every gap between stars, every pause between thoughts. As you lie still, your breath joins this quiet rhythm, in, out, in, out. You are expanding too, not in size, but in stillness. Let the thought of it open space inside you. Let the widening calm spread through your chest. Even in moments of closeness, of galaxies meeting, there is also the pull toward openness, away, beyond. The universe grows without needing permission, and tonight, so can you. There is no turning back. Gravity set this meeting in motion long ago, billions of years before you were born, before Earth had oceans. The Milky Way and Andromeda began their approach, not as a choice, not as an accident, but as an inevitability, like two leaves drifting slowly toward the same patch of pond, drawn not by will but by water's quiet pull. Their paths have been curved by time and mass and distance, shaped by dark matter and ancient momentum. Every second brings them closer. Every orbit is a step in a long, slow dance. This is not a crash. It is a choreography written in gravity. Already stars at the edges feel the draw. Already the space between shortens. You are living in the breath before the embrace. And when they meet, not tomorrow, not soon, but someday, it will not be an ending. It will be a new shape, a new sky. Let this certainty comfort you. Some things unfold no matter what. Some destinies arrive like tides, unstoppable and soft. You do not need to change them. You only need to witness. Breathe in that stillness. You are here, in the quiet part of the story. Watching the future approach at the pace of stars. Let it come. Let it be. Milky Way and Andromeda are like two rivers converging, not suddenly, but gradually, inevitably. For now, they still seem apart, each flowing through space with its own quiet current, but the gravity that links them is constant, like an invisible tide pulling their courses closer. Over the next billions of years, the edges will blur, the arms will reach, the streams of stars will tangle gently, curling into new shapes. Imagine them not colliding, but merging slowly, patiently, like two melodies learning to harmonize. No explosions, no chaos, just a soft folding together of light and motion. Stars will pass one another at great distances, glancing but not breaking. The central black holes may eventually spiral inward, tracing tighter and tighter orbits until they become one. What emerges will not be destruction, but a new form, a new river, a new galaxy flowing forward with pieces of both. And just as rivers carve the land they pass through, so too will this union shape the future sky. It's already begun. It cannot be rushed. Let this remind you. Some changes are slow by nature. Some paths join only after long wanderings, but once they do, they create something new, whole, and still in motion. Though it unfolds over eons, your mind holds the story. You are part of the telling. From a quiet place on a small planet, you look up and witness galaxies on their way to meeting. Light takes millions of years to reach your eyes, and yet here it is, carrying the shape of Andromeda, the edge of the Milky Way, the faint clues of what's to come. You weren't there when the first stars formed, or when gravity drew the galaxies close. But you are here now, and that makes you part of the moment. The universe is not told only in equations or telescopes. It is told through wonder, through stillness, through the minds that pause to notice. You don't need to understand every detail. You don't need to measure. Just by resting in the presence of it, you become a witness. You, with your soft breath and quiet gaze, are a keeper of cosmic memory. The galaxies move at a pace far beyond you, but your thoughts are fast enough to hold them. So lie back and let your imagination drift toward the stars. Let it stretch across light years. Let it carry this ancient story a little further, through sleep, through silence, through you. Artists of the far future may paint stars we've never seen. Their sky will be born from this union. The familiar constellations will blur, stretched by motion, erased by light. A new shape will fill the heavens, vast and strange, beautiful. Where once two galaxies danced apart, there will be spirals within spirals, clusters tangled in glowing threads, stars newly born from clouds stirred by the merging. Imagine a night sky glowing twice as bright. More stars, different stars, patterns unknown to us now. And somewhere beneath that sky, someone will lift their eyes and wonder just as you do. They will not know the names we gave these galaxies. They will not see the same figures in the stars, but they will feel the same quiet awe, the same still pull of distance and light. They may not remember the collision, but they will live in its aftermath, a universe subtly rearranged, yet still unfolding. The sky is not fixed. It is a canvas, always being redrawn. Even now, your sky is changing. Slowly, softly, let that truth calm you. Nothing is frozen. Nothing is final. The stars above you are part of a painting in progress, and you are watching a single brush stroke. Let it pass through you, quiet and bright. Let it paint rest across your mind. Every photon we receive from Andromeda is a message from the past, a record of approach. Light travels at a constant pace, but even so, the distances between galaxies stretch that journey across time. When you look up at the faint blur of Andromeda, you're not seeing it as it is. You're seeing it as it was over 2 million years ago, before language, before cities, before memories we know it. Each glimmer is a fragment of history, still moving, still arriving. The stars that shimmered then may have changed, may have vanished, but their light remains, carried on the back of time, like a whisper that never fades. Imagine that, a message that took longer than all of human history, just to touch your eyes. The night sky becomes a library of ancient letters written in starlight. Andromeda isn't just coming closer, it's writing its story across the dark, one photon at a time. Even now, that tale continues, spilling across the void, painting your night with quiet evidence of motion. So let yourself receive it. There's no need to read it all, no rush to understand. Just rest in the presence of something vast and gentle. The sky above you is full of stories that began long before you arrived and will continue long after. You are simply here to listen. Galaxies evolve. Their shapes, sizes, and rhythms change with time. The Milky Way, that luminous arc spanning your sky, is not a fixed form. It breathes slowly across billions of years, its arms stretching, stars drifting, new clusters forming in the quiet. What seems like permanence is really slow, graceful change. Collisions with smaller galaxies fold new threads into its structure. Supernovae ripple through the spiral arms like stones dropped into a vast, glowing pond. Dark matter holds it together, yet allows for movement. Even its central bulge pulses with quiet activity, a slow conversation of gravity and light. The spiral we imagine is not a frozen shape, but a long exposure photograph of motion, a blur that spans eons. Even now, the galaxy turns. It shifts beneath you, above you, around you. Andromeda's pull tugs gently, steadily, reshaping the outer edges. This is not a static painting. It is a living sky. And you, a part of it, are never truly still. So let go of the idea that things must remain the same to be real. Let yourself soften into motion, into change that doesn't rush, into the spiral that slowly carries you forward. The Milky Way is changing, and that's not something to fear. It's something to float with. Even while resting, our planet spins, orbits, drifts, and so does our galaxy. You are never truly still. Beneath your quiet breath, Earth is rotating, carrying you eastward at hundreds of meters per second. Around the sun, it speeds faster still, and the sun, in turn, spirals around the center of the Milky Way, dragging our solar system through space like a glittering comet's tail. The galaxy itself isn't anchored. It too moves through the universe, following invisible currents shaped by gravity, dark matter, and ancient forces. Imagine this: while you lie still, wrapped in stillness, you are part of a layered dance of motion, a spinning, circling, drifting rhythm older than memory. Your body, your dreams, your thoughts, all of it gliding silently through the cosmos. There is no firm ground, no unmoving center, only movement within movement, a slow waltz through galactic fields. And yet, it feels still, because motion at this scale is gentle. It doesn't shake, it cradles. You are held within this motion like a feather in the air, moving with the breeze so fully that you forget it's there. Let this be your comfort, even when you feel stuck. Life is never still. Even in your most motionless moment, you are part of something flowing. So let the motion carry you. Let it lull you. You are not alone in your drift. All things move with you. All things dance through the dark. This event will influence which stars form, where planets appear, and how light fills the sky. When galaxies merge, the very structure of possibility shifts. Clouds of gas are stirred, compressed, awakened. Some regions ignite in bursts of starbirth, radiant and new. Others are silenced, starless, their material pulled elsewhere by gravity's choreography. As the Milky Way and Andromeda begin to braid themselves together, their shapes will stretch, twist, and reform. Arms may unravel, cores may swirl around each other like dancers mid-spin, and in the wake of these changes, new systems will find space to emerge. New suns will shine, new planets will coalesce in the remnants of old arms. The canvas of the sky will slowly repaint itself, not suddenly, but stroke by stroke, light by light. The patterns we recognize now may one day fade, replaced by constellations yet unnamed. Even the color of the sky may shift subtly as star formation surges in some places and quiets in others. But this isn't destruction, it's transformation, a long act of creation unfolding. You live in a galaxy shaped by past mergers, every spiral, every dust lane, a memory of movement. This one will be no different, so breathe with it. As the galaxies write their new future, let that motion remind you. Change is not chaos, it's the quiet rearranging of light. This isn't a moment, but an era. The merger itself will take longer than mammals have existed. It won't arrive like a thunderclap or vanish in a blink. It will rise, linger, drift, evolve. a tide of transformation moving through the sky over billions of years. From our perspective, it's almost imperceptible, like watching a flower bloom frame by frame over millennia. Stars will begin to shift paths. Dark matter halos will overlap and intertwine. Gas will compress, swirl, and glow. Over time, the disks will stretch and wrap around each other, forming tidal tails and bridges of starlight. It may take a billion years just for the first pass, then another billion or more for the cores to spiral inward, slow, spiral again, and finally settle into one. But even that is not the end. The resulting galaxy will continue to evolve, growing new arms, forming new clusters, absorbing smaller companions, reshaping itself again and again. You live in a time between such chapters, a brief breath in an ancient story. And that's okay. There is beauty in not witnessing the whole arc. You are part of the middle, the hush before the turn. So when time feels fast, remember the galaxies. They teach patience, they teach scale. The future is already unfolding, but gently, slowly, without urgency. Let yourself move at that pace, the pace of galaxies merging, of stars rearranging the sky. Despite the term, galactic collisions are more like dances than crashes. They are patient, poised, and grand. Stars, despite their brightness, are tiny compared to the vast distances between them. So when galaxies meet, their stars rarely touch. Instead, they weave. Gravity choreographs their paths, pulling some into long curves, flinging others into quiet exile, gathering clouds into luminous bridges. Imagine two great spirals approaching, not with violence, but with elegance. Their arms stretched like ribbon, their centers circling, drawing close, retreating, and approaching again. It is a cosmic ballet that spans eons, and in the silence of space, this dance has no sound, only motion, only light. Some stars may find themselves in new orbits. Some gas clouds may collide and spark waves of new stars, but overall, it's not a crash, it's a slow folding of one sky into another. You might imagine it like ink dropped into water, spreading, blending, reshaping. There's tension, yes, but also grace, a union rather than a war. And in the heart of this quiet convergence, a new galaxy is born, not suddenly, not dramatically, but with the patience of light. So if the word collision feels loud, let it soften. Let it become a waltz, a slow spiral of belonging. The universe is not always loud. Often it is change whispered across time. From Earth, the collision won't feel dangerous, just beautiful, a deep sky slowly changing. Across countless nights, the constellations we know would slowly begin to shift. The arms of Andromeda, so faint now to the naked eye, would grow brighter, more distinct, until they became a glowing companion in the heavens. Not in a burst or a blaze, but in a gradual unveiling, a silent bloom of light. Over millions of years, two spirals would appear to touch, embrace, blur. To those watching, it would be like seeing the sky stretch out new wings. But there will be no panic, no crash. Space is vast, and stars, for all their brilliance, are mostly emptiness. The earth will keep spinning, seasons will still pass, and the rhythms of day and night will hold. If anything, the sky will become more wondrous, more full, a moving painting of cosmic transformation. In future times, stories might change. New myths may form about the two galaxies twining above. And in those stories, fear won't be the center, awe will. So tonight, as you lie beneath your quiet patch of sky, know this: the universe changes slowly, tenderly, and even its grandest events unfold with grace, Let that comfort sink into you. Nothing is rushing, nothing is crashing. The sky is simply deepening its story, one soft shimmer at a time. Where gas is compressed, stars will form. Around those stars, planets will take shape. The merging galaxies will stir the raw material of creation, dust, gas, motion, into new patterns, like hands kneading dough into rising bread. Where streams of interstellar clouds meet and fold, gravity will take over, cradling dense pockets until they ignite. Stars, blue and young, will flare into being. Their light will ripple out through the dust, carving corridors, warming regions, beckoning worlds to form around them. These newborn suns will host rings of debris, swirling with rock and ice, slowly accreting into planets. Some will be hot and close, others cold and distant. Moons will gather, atmospheres may form, and time will begin to write stories on their surfaces. Some planets may be barren, others may bloom. In a galaxy reshaped by a merger, life may find new soil. Earth, too, once rose from a collision's aftermath, a reminder that upheaval can give birth to beauty. So if you imagine the distant future, do not picture ruin. Picture variety. Picture systems upon systems of new light, each one orbiting quietly, waiting for something to awaken. The universe does not end with a merger. It begins again and again and again. You are part of that cycle, born from stars, dreaming under stars, woven into the rhythm of stars. So rest here on your planet of chance and light, and know the cosmos is still growing its garden. On some distant world, life may gaze upward and wonder at the double spiral sky, not in fear, but in wonder. In the same soft way, you might gaze at the Milky Way now, tracing its pale ribbon across the night. Imagine a planet circling a young star formed in the wake of the merger. Its skies, perhaps clearer than ours, stretch wide above oceans or forests or something we've never imagined. And in those skies, two galactic hearts shine, not as strangers, but as one body still turning, still glowing. Perhaps their inhabitants will know the history, perhaps they won't, but still they'll look. Children might name the twin spirals, artists might paint their arcs in glowing pigment, poets may write of a sky split in two, or fused into something new. And somewhere in that civilization, a mind may one day understand what happened. The two galaxies once danced, merged, settled. That from their meeting, a new chapter was born. Just as we wonder now about our origins, so might they. Wonder is universal. The need to look up, to ask, to marvel. It crosses species, skies, and time. And maybe, just maybe, they will ask the same questions we do. Who else is watching? Where did it begin? What lies beyond the stars? So tonight, as you rest, imagine not being alone, not just in this galaxy, but in wonder itself. Someone else may be watching the sky, dreaming just like you. The flat planes of each galaxy will twist together, eventually settling into a new form. Slowly, like ribbons of silk cotton wind, the spinning disks of the Milky Way and Andromeda will begin to weave, not crashing, not shattering, but folding and turning, responding to each other's mass and motion. Their stars, most never touching, will still feel the tug, a quiet reshaping of orbits, a dance of gravitational persuasion. Over hundreds of millions of years, the familiar flatness will ripple, spiral arms will blur, the neat disks will warp like vinyl left in heat. Then they will find a new shape together. Perhaps a great elliptical body, rounder and softer, will take form from the spinning threads, or something new, a hybrid, swollen with gas and light. It will not be the Milky Way anymore, nor Andromeda. it will be a third thing, a result, not a continuation, but none of it will be harsh. No explosions on human timescales, just transformation, the way mountains rise, the way rivers change course. So tonight, feel yourself part of this rhythm, not fixed, but unfolding, your own shape, your own thoughts, always reshaping gently the way galaxies do. Some gas clouds will fall into the galactic core, feeding the black hole and disappearing forever. These clouds, once drifting lazily through the spiral arms, will find themselves nudged, drawn inward. Gravity gathers them like threads, like sighs curling towards silence. They move without panic, slow, inevitable. As the galaxies merge, tides of motion deepen in the central wells. And there, at the heart of the forming system, the supermassive black hole waits, not as a monster, but as a hunger. As clouds approach, they compress, they heat, they glow. Some give rise to brilliant bursts of energy, lighting the dark in sudden flashes. Others cross the quiet threshold and vanish, gone from sight, not from story. Their matter becomes part of the mass that shapes time itself, that deepens gravity's grip, that holds orbits in place far beyond. The core does not shout, it gathers, and through that gathering, the galaxy remembers how to hold itself together. As you lie here, breathing softly, know that even in loss, the cosmos finds structure. Even in endings, there are beginnings folded deep within. Let go, then, of what you no longer need. Feed the quiet core of yourself. And rest. Infrared eyes will see warm dust clouds alight with newborn stars. To our eyes, they may seem like shadows, dark, quiet, undefined, but to instruments tuned to warmth, to the longer waves of invisible light, they glow with hidden promise. The merger will stir the dust, compress it, fold it into star-forming knots, and inside those folds, gravity will whisper. Small pockets will become heavy, heavy pockets will collapse, and stars will be born, wrapped in cradles of glowing dust, unseen by visible light, but radiant in the infrared. Telescopes like the James Webb, floating far from Earth's blur, will peer through the veil. They'll witness cocoons warmed by formation, tiny furnaces beginning to flicker, not chaos, but soft ignition, like watching sparks in slow motion in the deepest night. These stars will be new, but ancient in pattern. They will light their own skies, warm their own planets, shape their own stories, and the dust that once hid them will glow with pride, a nursery-turned lantern. Tonight, as you rest, imagine warmth within darkness, light that does not need to be seen to be real, and know that even in your own quiet places, something luminous may be forming. Tidal forces will create long star streams, like luminous bridges across the void. As the galaxies approach and begin their gentle entanglement, stars at the edges feel the subtle shift first. Pulled slightly from their orbits, they begin to stretch outward in long, elegant lines. These stellar streams arc like trails of light drawn by a steady hand, linking the galaxies with glowing filaments. They are not broken paths, but braided thread. Stars that once circled separately, now pulled into shared choreography. These streams can span hundreds of thousands of light years, each one a quiet memory of motion, a record of where the galaxies have been. They do not collide, they slide, they stretch, they fold, and in that folding, new shapes form. In the night sky, they may look like soft curves of starlight, faint and far, but to astronomers watching from Earth, they are signs, luminous signatures that something beautiful is unfolding. As you rest here, imagine these bridges not as destruction, but as connection, as the universe, showing how even vast distances can be woven together by gravity's patient hand. As stars gather at the new center, it may shine brighter than either galaxy alone. The core becomes a beacon, not instantly, but slowly, through accumulation, through gravity's careful work. Stars drawn inward by the merging motion settle into orbits around the deepening center. They swirl and circle, a growing constellation, pulled tighter by mass. Gas clouds fall inward too, colliding, compressing, igniting bursts of starbirth. The result is not chaos, but brilliance. A luminous heart pulses into being, brighter than the centers of the Milky Way or Andromeda ever were on their own. It may blaze as a quasar for a time, a lighthouse in the distant dark, not because it wishes to be seen, but because energy cannot help but shine. The core glows not as a single star, but as the combined breath of millions, and then, eventually it calms again, a steady, quiet brilliance anchoring a galaxy reborn. Tonight, you are resting beneath that same principle, that gathering creates light, that what comes together can shine. Let that warmth hold you as you drift. The collision may create ring-like structures, circles of stars echoing the impact. When galaxies meet at just the right angle, their stars ripple outward in waves, not noise but motion, like a pebble dropped into still water, creating concentric circles that radiate in silence. These rings are not perfect, they are not permanent, but they echo the first moments of contact, a record of force felt without violence. Gas and dust are swept into arcs. Stars follow, drawn along curved paths, their orbits temporarily reshaped by the meeting. These stellar rings can span light years, vast wreaths glowing in the dark. To see one is to witness aftermath frozen in motion, a galaxy remembering how it was touched, not torn, but changed. These rings will eventually blur, fold back into the greater spiral or elliptical shape, but for a time, they shine like halos, luminous traces of a cosmic embrace. As you lie still now, know that change can make beauty. That impact does not always mean breaking. Sometimes it means pattern. Sometimes it leaves rings of light where there was once only silence. Your atoms came from ancient stars, from galaxies that once collided and became one. Long before Earth formed, long before our sun lit the sky, stars were being born and broken across the quiet arms of spiraling galaxies. They lived, they flared, and they died, scattering their elements into the black. Those elements wandered across millions of years and billions of miles, until some drifted into clouds that birthed new stars, new systems, new chances. The carbon in your breath, the calcium in your bones, the iron in your blood, these were made in furnaces lit by gravity and time, in other galaxies, in other epochs. Some of those galaxies collided, merged, and remade themselves. And in the quiet that followed, our home took shape. You are not a separate event. You are the continuation of that story, a memory walking in soft skin. As you breathe now, remember that your breath is not just air. It is legacy. Stardust carried forward, motion given voice. Let that truth calm you. You are not small. You are part of a vast, ongoing becoming. You are not lost. You are where the universe has gathered itself again. They carry the motion of the galaxies they were born in, like dancers remembering their first steps, even when scattered, even when folded into a new structure. Stars retain the direction of their origin. Their orbits curve gently with the memory of motion, a kind of cosmic choreography that can last billions of years. In the aftermath of galactic collisions, these movements tell silent stories. Some stars loop outward, far from the center, still dancing to the rhythm of a galaxy that no longer exists. Others settle into new paths, but always with a hint, a signature of where they came from. Astronomers can trace these motions, see the ghosts of long-gone spirals in the way stars drift and swirl. The stars themselves do not resist change, but they do not forget. Their trajectories are quiet archives, graceful arcs of remembrance. As you lie here, your own body carries its own memories, not of galaxies perhaps, but of laughter, of stillness, of sunlit rooms and whispered thoughts. Motion is not always loud. Sometimes it is the soft continuation of what began long ago. Let yourself drift with it tonight, gently and without fear. Even after the merger, the new galaxy will keep moving, not still, but settled. The union of two galaxies is not an end, but a transformation. Once the chaos of collision fades, the stars begin to settle into a new shape, a new pattern of balance. The merged galaxy may spin slower or faster, may take on a different form, perhaps an elliptical quiet, or a restructured spiral, or something entirely unique, but it will not be frozen. It will glide through space, as all galaxies do, riding the gentle current of the expanding universe. Within it, stars will orbit, planets will circle, light will continue to stretch outward. Even the black hole at the center, fed by ancient gas, will hum with motion. And though the galaxies that came before may no longer be separate, they are not lost. They live on in the shape of this new creation. So too can you let yourself soften tonight. You are not required to be what you once were. You can settle, you can drift, you can carry the past while becoming something new. Motion is not the enemy of rest. It is the breath that holds you steady as you sleep. Spirals will dissolve. What remains is rounder, fuller, like a calm exhale. The delicate arms that once twirled with youthful energy will blur into something more unified, more ancient in appearance. Elliptical galaxies are not chaotic. They are the afterimage of motion, the quiet echo of dramatic change. Where there were winding lanes of dust and curved rivers of stars, there will now be a glow more even, a shape more centered, as though the galaxy has taken a deep breath and let it out. And in that exhale, something beautiful emerges, not less alive, just more settled. This is not the end of motion, only a new form of grace. Stars will still orbit, planets will still turn, but the pace may feel different, deeper, more weighted in time. As you lie here tonight, think of your own spirals, the things that once stretched outward in every direction. They do not need to stay. You can fold inward, round your edges, let things settle into softer forms. Let yourself become elliptical in spirit, not static, but shaped by experience, not erased, but reformed. The result will be larger than either galaxy alone, a luminous swell in the dark, not just a combination, but an expansion. When galaxies merge, they do not cancel each other out. They build something new, something massive, something that bends light with its size, that glows more fully than either could alone. The stars multiply, not in number, but in presence, a more radiant body in the sky. The new galaxy may span hundreds of thousands of light years, a shimmering congregation of all that came before. It will drift with new weight, its core dense with history, its halo bright with possibility. This is how growth often looks in nature, not sudden, but transformative, not explosive, but patient, a becoming. As you rest, think of your own becoming. You are not only what you were, you are the joining of experiences, the quiet merger of past and present. You are bigger now, not louder, but more whole. So let that bigness comfort you. It does not demand anything. It only asks that you notice how full you already are. As the galactic shape shifts, so will our orbit, gentle but real. The sun and its planets will not be flung across the cosmos, but their path will subtly change. What was once a calm circle around the Milky Way's center may become an elongated curve, or a tilt, or a slow spiral through a redefined sky. But these changes unfold over millions of years, quiet and vast. Nothing will feel different from one breath to the next. But still, the journey will be new. Earth, too, is a traveler in this dance of giants. And so are you. You are not fixed. You move with your galaxy, with your star, with the invisible river of gravity that flows through all things. When you sleep, you're still in motion, a small part of a vast orbit changing with the tides of time and light. So don't fear the shift. The cosmos is reweaving its path around you, and you are moving forward without needing to try. You are being carried. Let that movement cradle you now. Let your orbit drift into rest. Smaller galaxies nearby may be pulled in, joining the merger over time. Like leaves caught in a swirling stream, these lesser systems drift close enough to be wrapped in gravity's quiet arms. One by one, they spiral inward, not with violence, but with inevitability, drawn toward the deepening well of mass and light. Some will lose their shape, their stars scattering into the greater whole. Others will fall in whole, swallowed gently into the widening embrace of the merger. This is not conquest, it is communion, a gathering of stories, of star paths, of ancient dust and dark matter brought into a larger rhythm. And you too have known this kind of pull. People, ideas, memories drawn to you, folded into you, not lost but changed. You are not a solitary spark. You are a constellation of everything you've ever loved. So rest in that knowing. Even the stars are not alone. The local group may one day form a single, giant galaxy, not just the Milky Way and Andromeda, but others, triangulum, dwarf spheroidals, faint companions, all drifting inward, slow and steady. The space between them, once vast, narrows with time. Gravity's quiet work is never rushed. It waits, it calls, and eventually, even the most distant will answer. Over billions of years, what was once a scattered group becomes one body, one glow, one great remembering of everything it once held. And this, too, is a kind of peace, the kind that doesn't erase but gathers, that doesn't demand but accepts. Tonight, imagine your own story as part of that group, scattered once perhaps, but always on a path toward coherence. Let yourself soften into the possibility of unity, of eventual belonging. The sky has always been moving toward togetherness. So are you. Gravity gathers, shapes, and settles. The merger is a slow falling inward, not a crash, but a drawing close. Galaxies circling each other, pulled by unseen threads until the space between them is no more. Stars do not scream, planets do not panic. The collapse is quiet. It unfolds over eons, a spiral tightening into stillness. This is how gravity speaks, not in commands, but in long silences that bend everything toward the center. At first, there is motion, then closeness, then calm. The new galaxy is not born in fire, but in rest. You've felt this before. The long drift into sleep, the release of what you were holding, the way your breath slows, your thoughts settle, your edges blur. That is a kind of collapse too, a peaceful one. Let yourself fall inward now, not in fear, but in trust. You are not breaking. You are returning to your center, just as galaxies do. Gas clouds ignited by the merger will become long-lived stars, lighting the night for eons. Their beginnings are quiet, soft compressions of dust, gentle gatherings of hydrogen, slow, tightening spirals of matter responding to gravity's steady call. In the dark between galaxies, these clouds thicken, warm, and then ignite in a bloom of light so patient it feels like breathing. These newborn stars will outlive everything you know: continents, oceans, languages, even the memory of what the night sky once looked like. They will shine for billions of years, steady and calm, like lanterns placed along a path no one rushes to walk. And as you rest, you might imagine yourself as one of these lights, formed from pressure, shaped by time, burning softly without needing to hurry. Nothing about you has to be sudden. Nothing has to be solved tonight. Like the stars, you can simply glow. Imagine the sky with two galactic cores, two hubs of stars glowing at once, not twin suns rising and setting, but two vast hearts of light suspended in the deep. One might glow golden, the other faintly blue, each surrounded by swirls of dust and spiraling clusters. Their combined radiance would paint the night in hues no human eye has ever seen, as if the universe were singing in color. This chorus of suns would not be loud, but it would be full, a harmony of billions of voices burning quietly across unimaginable distances. If you looked up from some calm world, you wouldn't see chaos, you'd see balance. Two centers, two anchors, two gentle pulses of creation. Let that image rest inside you now. The idea that life can hold more than one center, more than one source of meaning, without conflict, that light can come from many directions at once, that you too can be illuminated by more than one quiet sun. Whatever it's called, the new galaxy will be seen by beings who give it meaning. Names are just soft attempts to place a hand on something vast, to bring the infinite into a whisper. Long after Earth is gone, long after our languages fade, some future mind may look up at a sky reshaped by this merger and offer it a name, not out of ownership, but out of wonder. Maybe they will see it as a single glowing bloom rising from darkness. Maybe they will see the memory of two spirals woven into one. Maybe they will see a home. Names change, but awe does not. And as you lie here, you are part of that long thread of beings who look upward and feel something stir. The future sky will belong to someone else, but wonder belongs to everyone, even you, even now, even in this quiet moment between breaths. Let that knowing settle over you like dusk. Let yourself drift. Future astronomers will see the paths of ancient stars and know two once became one. Long after the merger is complete, the sky will still hold records, quiet loops traced by stars that remember where they came from. These orbits, slightly stretched or tilted, will carry a signature no telescope can miss. Like ripples after a stone touches water, the trails left behind will whisper of a time when two galaxies met and became something new. The core may look still, but the motion remains, a dance choreographed by gravity, recorded in light. Even if no words remain, no history books survive, the stars will speak. They will say, in arcs and sweeps, that once the sky was full of change. As you drift into rest, remember, not all stories are written in ink. Some are drawn in orbit. Some clusters will remain unchanged, holding clues to each galaxy's past. Star clusters, tight gatherings of ancient suns, are the memory keepers of the cosmos. As the galaxies merge and swirl together, many of these clusters will drift untouched through the new galaxy, like old songs carried into a new world. Within them, the chemistry of long-gone clouds, the age of light itself, the rhythm of a vanished spiral, all of it preserved in the gravity-bound embrace of stars that formed together and stayed close. These clusters are not lost. They are archived gently. You could think of them as time capsules or seeds or dreams that were never interrupted. As you lie still tonight, know that even in great change, some things remain. The past does not disappear. It travels quietly in the orbits of light. The galaxies will not fight. They will fold into each other like waves blending at sea. This is not a clash, not a collision of chaos. It is a merging, a meeting. The arms of stars will reach for one another, not in destruction, but in dance. Like tides converging, their edges will curl and ripple, patterns shifting in response to gravity's steady invitation. Over billions of years, they will become one, not suddenly, but gradually, as if each were learning the shape of the other. No explosion, just blending, just becoming. As you rest now, you are not witnessing violence, but intimacy on a cosmic scale. Let that feeling wrap around you, the notion that even vast things can come together softly, that even galaxies can hold each other, that the universe is not always loud. Sometimes it simply folds into itself and continues on. As the cores align, their combined light may outshine any star we know. Imagine it, two galactic hearts drawing near, each a blazing concentration of countless suns, folding into one another until their brilliance is doubled, then doubled again. The glow will not flash in an instant, but swell slowly, a gradual blooming of radiance, reaching across millions of light years. From faraway worlds, it may seem as though a new light has been born, not a supernova, not a flare, but a gentle sunrise across the deep. It will bathe ancient dust in silver and gold, will illuminate cold corners of space long untouched. In this brightness, old shadows will dissolve, the sky will shift, and you, drifting now, can rest in that light, a future glow already written in gravity, a slow dawning already begun. Spiral arms will lose their structure, not disappear, but melt into something new. What once stretched like cosmic wings will relax, unfurl, dissolve into a wider swirl. Their elegant shape, carved by time and momentum, will no longer hold, but this is not destruction. It is softening. It is becoming. Like ink spreading in water, stars will drift out of their lanes, no longer bound by the symmetry they once followed. The galaxy will round itself, a new body forming from the old. There is grace in that too. Not all beauty is held in order. Some shines brighter in surrender. Let that thought carry you deeper into rest. That change does not end the story. It reshapes it. Every part of the merger unfolds in silence. No rush, just motion. From a distance, it might look like stillness. Two galaxies sliding toward each other, stars drifting on invisible rails. But up close, everything is moving, not chaotically, not in panic, but in rhythm, like tides, like breathing, like thought. Even the collisions are quiet, for space between stars is vast. They pass through each other more than they crash. Gravity choreographs their paths, pulling them into new loops, slow spirals, gentle arcs. This is not the noise of violence. It is the hush of becoming. It takes billions of years. And in every one of them, the motion remains soft. You are part of that softness now. You too are in motion, but there is no rush, just motion. Galaxies wait billions of years for this. Their story is long and quiet. This moment, the meeting of two vast spirals, was written long ago in the pull of gravity, in the slow drift of stars, nothing rushed, nothing forced, just a patient alignment unfolding over eons. Light years pass like hours in their tail. These galaxies have circled in their own rhythms, untouched for most of cosmic time, but gravity remembers. It tugs, softly but insistently, guiding their paths across the dark. Now, after all this waiting, they meet, not with chaos, but with choreography, a long embrace, a swirl becoming something new. You do not need to rush either. Your life, too, is part of a slow unfolding. Let yourself rest in that knowledge that you are not late, not behind, but simply arriving in time. Behind the merging cores, faint trails of dust stretch like memories. These wisps, lit only by distant starlight, are the fingerprints of motion, remnants of old paths, soft echoes of where stars once turned. They are not lost, they are part of the becoming. As gravity pulls and galaxies pass through one another, some matter lingers behind. Like silk caught on the wind, these dust trails weave through space, marking the merger's slow ballet. They shimmer in infrared, barely seen by human eyes, yet glowing with story. In them are hints of old arms, old shapes, now softened. You too leave trails behind, not always visible, but meaningful. Let the past drift, not erased, but gently woven into the dark. Thanks to telescopes and models, we know how this will unfold. The future sky is mapped in light. Scientists have traced the path of Andromeda and the Milky Way, calculating their slow approach with astonishing clarity. It's not guesswork, it's celestial choreography, written in motion and mass. And yet, even with such certainty, the beauty remains, because knowing does not dull wonder. It deepens it. To look at the sky and see not just stars, but futures, that is a kind of magic. We know that the night sky will change, constellations will shift, new clusters will bloom where now there is quiet. But this knowledge brings peace, not fear. You are held in a story bigger than any one moment, and that story is unfolding exactly as it should. Breathe into that knowing. The future has already begun, gently, slowly, in light. From two, something new arises, a galaxy that holds both histories. The stars don't forget where they came from. They swirl into new formations, but each carries the signature of its origin. This is not destruction, it is creation in slow motion. Galaxies don't collide like waves crashing. They pass through each other, their stars rarely touching, yet their gravity speaks, reshapes, pulls. Clouds of gas compress, birthing stars in luminous clusters. Tidal tails stretch outward like arms, reaching into the dark. What remains is not one or the other, but something altogether different, a hybrid with a memory. As you breathe in, feel that quiet blending. Your life, too, is made of meetings, of crossings, of quiet fusions. You are not just one story, but many layered like starlight, folded into time. Their motion reveals the shape of space, soft arcs written over time. Stars don't shout, they move, and in their movement is meaning. Astronomers read these silent paths like sentences, a curve here, a loop there. It tells of forces felt and histories held. Some stars dance close to their neighbors, while others wander far. In merging galaxies, their orbits twist into spirals and ellipses, tracing gravity's invisible hand. You can picture it, a slow cosmic ballet, every step shaped by unseen tides. And just like stars, we too leave trails, not always visible, but real, choices, moments, emotions drifting behind us in soft patterns. Let that thought soothe you. You are writing your own arc in the dark, quietly curving through time. Long after the merger begins, one last spiral arm may unwind, a farewell gesture to what was. It drifts outward, like a ribbon loosed in slow motion, pulled by nothing but the memory of its former momentum. This final spiral does not resist the change. It surrenders to it beautifully. In the aftermath of galaxies folding together, most structure dissolves, but this last arm lingers, not lost, just softened. It carries with it remnants of star clusters, clouds of gas, and the echo of symmetry. For a while, it will shimmer, a trailing curve glowing faintly in the dark. Before it, too, becomes part of the new. In your own life, you may feel that way sometimes, part of something ending, even as something else begins. Let it be gentle, let it stretch, let it unwind in peace, knowing that even the final gestures of farewell are full of grace. The merged galaxy holds endless stories, worlds not yet born, stars not yet lit. It is a cradle for the future, where gas clouds drift slowly into the arms of gravity, preparing to ignite. In the hush of cosmic dusk, seeds are planted that will bloom as suns, their light eventually brushing the shores of unseen planets. What begins as a ripple becomes a rhythm, nebulae forming in the quiet aftermath, star clusters gathering like thoughts before a dream. Here, possibility stretches farther than light. Each swirl of dust, each tendril of glowing gas could be the beginning of something vast. You are watching not just a merger, but a promise, a new story etched into the fabric of the universe, waiting to unfold. In this hush, you too can dream of new beginnings. Despite the enormity, the galaxies drift like feathers, their mass cradled by space, no crashing, no tearing, just the softness of movement stretched across time. Two vast collections of stars and silence brushing past each other like dancers who remember the steps. Their arms, spiral and long, fold inward, fold outward, then blend. Even light, which moves so fast, seems to hesitate, bending around gravity's gentle pull. You might imagine noise or shock, but no, there's only scale, only stillness, the kind that echoes in cathedral air or mountain dusk. Let your thoughts mimic that stillness. Let your breath move with the quiet drift. You are light too, floating through space, cradled by it. Stars, galaxies, even thoughts. All things find each other given time. That's the rhythm the universe hums. A long patience, a quiet magnetism. Particles attract, atoms cling, clouds form, suns ignite, and lives, like stars, curve inward toward connection. It may take eons for two galaxies to meet, or a moment for two minds, but always motion is toward union. Even when things fall apart, something else begins to come together. The universe doesn't hoard its pieces, it shares them, rebuilds, renames. You are not separate from this merging. Your breath joins air, your warmth touches another's gravity. Rest in that knowing. All things come together. All things merge. The same particles that float in galaxies float in you. Stardust remembering. Each breath you take carries atoms that once danced in the hearts of stars, glowed in ancient nebulae, drifted between galaxies. You are not just beneath the universe, you are made of it. Calcium from long extinct suns, oxygen forged in fire, iron born in supernovae. These elements pass through time, through light, through silence, until they arrived here, curled gently into your body. So when you look at the night sky, you are not just looking out, you are looking in. Every star you see is family. Every mote of dust, a whisper of your origin. There is no separation between your skin and the cosmos, only variation in form. You are not just in the universe is in you. The collision will take longer than we can imagine, and yet it is already happening. Two galaxies moving toward one another at a pace too vast for urgency. It is a cosmic drift, measured in millions of years, unfolding with the grace of falling petals. No haste, no panic, just inevitability. And in that, there is a lesson. The universe does not rush. It doesn't force change. It allows it, slowly, completely. Like you, resting into sleep, the galaxies fold toward their future. So let go of the ticking clock. Let your own edges soften. You too are unfolding, moment by moment, and though change may seem distant, it is already blooming. While two galaxies merge, countless others turn. The cosmos does not stop, it flows. A dance of light and gravity, endlessly twirling. There is no finale, only movement. Spiral arms spin their quiet ballet. Dwarf galaxies waltz around giants. Even the dark moves, unseen but powerful. You live in this ongoing motion, a heartbeat within a larger breath. Nothing is truly still, and that is not chaos, it is rhythm. Just as your own body hums with cycles, sleep and wake, inhale and exhale. The universe continues, unhurried and alive. Rest now, not apart from that motion, but inside it. Let it carry you. Let it turn gently around you, a lullaby of stars. Every star we see is old light. Every pattern is a past moment stretched across night. The sky is not a present, it is a memory. Each glimmer above you is a message sent long ago, traveling across the vacuum to arrive only now. A star that blinks in your vision may no longer burn, its final breath released eons ago. And yet, its light still journeys, patient and true. Look up, and you are looking back. You are seeing the night as it was, not as it is. The Milky Way is a photograph in slow motion, a record of everything that has ever dared to shine. It means the sky is never empty. It is always full of echoes, full of light that outlived its source, and you, lying beneath it, are wrapped in time. Let it calm you. Let the realization that everything above you is already past soften your hold on now. You are part of this memory too, flickering gently in someone else's sky. You belong to the universe, to this story, to these stars, not as an observer, but as a participant, a note in the grand harmony. The iron in your blood came from the heart of a dying star. The carbon in your breath formed when the cosmos cooled and began to write life into dust. You are not distant from the galaxies. You are not watching from the shore. You are inside the tide, shaped by the same forces that guide the spirals and stir the nebulae. The universe made you and placed you gently here, not as a mistake or as something separate, but as a continuation. So rest now, not as a stranger, but as something deeply known by the cosmos. You are home, not an explosion, but a sigh. Galaxies meeting as if they've always meant to, their spiral arms stretched toward one another like fingers remembering how to hold. The collision is not destruction, it is dance, a quiet folding together of light and dust, of stars and histories. Each swirl is slow, softer than wind, measured not in seconds, but in millions of years. The galaxies don't crash, they blend. They pass through each other again and again until a new form is born. Their shapes may change, but their beauty only deepens. And in that slow merging, there is no violence, only inevitability. You are witnessing not a shattering, but a whisper, not the end, but the beginning of something new. Even when the galaxies become one, the tale doesn't end. It drifts forward, like a song without a final note. Stars will still be born in the quiet after. New systems will spin, dust will settle into fresh planets, and light, always light, will continue to stream outward. The story is not over. It is never over. Each moment becomes the seed for another. Just as your breath leads to the next, just as dreams ripple into waking, so too does the universe continue. Sleep now inside this truth. Nothing truly ends. It only changes shape. Let the story cradle you. Let it go on. Let it hum softly around you as you drift. Thank you for drifting through this cosmic stillness. You've journeyed through stars and silence, through slow collisions and ancient light. And now, as galaxies merge and time exhales, you are exactly where you need to be, not behind, not ahead, but inside the quiet rhythm of the universe. Let your thoughts dissolve like starlight across the night. There's no need to carry anything now, no need to reach, to answer, to become. You already are. Just rest here, wrapped in the same fabric that holds galaxies together. If these gentle explorations helped you sleep, reflect, or simply feel a little less alone under the stars, consider leaving a like or a comment below. It helps this quiet channel reach more sleepy souls, one dream at a time. And if you'd like to be part of more journeys like this, feel free to subscribe. We'll be here, slowly unfolding, softly glowing, always returning to wonder. Good night, quiet traveler. The stars are not in a hurry, and neither are you.